people are arguing and getting to the minutia, even on the people defending or criticizing, in arguing about was it a Sieg Heil or not. The answer is it looked like a Sieg Heil. It did. So people defending him shouldn't be foolish enough to say it wasn't that, it was a wave. And even it's funny to point out Kamala like waving like this or all these people, but that's not what he did. I acknowledge,
right.
like, yes, people putting their hand up is one thing. He did the boo and the thing, which looks very Sieg Heil-y.
Yeah.
And I said, ooh. And then he goes, my heart goes out to you. He didn't say that before he did it. He'd said it after. And that's fine. And then you remember it's Elon Musk who does a lot of weird spastic gestures, claps like this, dances like this. Every gesture he does is odd and strange. And if you look at the context, it did appear to be a Sieg Heil, hence the word appear. But it wasn't, because what are you have to believe and convince yourself if to believe it's a Nazi salute, that this man who went to Auschwitz with Ben Shapiro, who visited Nova, who wears a hostage necklace, all of a sudden bait and switch goes, oh, gotcha.
Right.
Oh, I'm actually a Nazi. It's ridiculous.
Forget all the stuff he's done outwardly to support the Jews and fight anti-Semitism. Like, even if all of this was one long con, and secretly he loves Hitler, the same guy who has strategized PayPal, Tesla, and sending rockets into outer space, whatever you think of it, he is a strategic, clever man.
Yeah.
Why is this where he decided to finally do this? Is where I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to do the Sieg Heil at the inauguration, and it's going to be awesome. Like, even if he did want to do the Sieg Heil, why would he do it then? It doesn't make any sense.
And you're seeing these people on liberal people, the lefties across social media, be like, I refuse to be gaslit. I know what I saw. And you're thrown back into a time machine to 2016. And I'm like, have you guys learned nothing?
Yeah.
Nothing.
So
this doesn't work. But when you argue about it, it's important for people to say, I know what it looked like. I agree that's what it looked like. I went, whoa. And then you have to ask yourself, it looked like that. It appeared like that. It's Elon Musk, a guy, a genius on the spectrum who does a lot of weird gestures and has had the most incredibly pro-Jewish, pro-Israel track record of anybody in public life. So there's nothing to apologize for. It just looked weird.
The ADL sort of took your note and was like, we ain't going to make a big deal out of this. To me, it kind of felt like after many years of making a big deal out of everything, the one thing you're not going to make a big deal out is of when the richest guy in the world does something. So
they have a history of being him and the ADL have a really bad beef in the past.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't he sue them?
Yeah, the whole thing. But now they're being opportunistic and saying, okay, Trump's been better on Israel.
Yeah,
this whole team is better for the Jews.
Right.
Well, and we're not going to do this. And maybe they're making a pragmatic decision. I don't necessarily. So it's not about respect and no respect. Right. Good. Stop. They are actually saying we're not going to keep doing this.
Yeah,
and
I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
On the other side of it, like the AOC people up in arms, it's like, so when we tell you something's anti-Semitic, you don't believe us, and now when you're telling us something's anti-Semitic, we're supposed to support you and believe you and be scared.
It's exactly what Ian Hallworth said on our episode, that the left uses anti-Semitism just to attack the right. They don't care about Jew hatred. They just want to paint the right as white supremacist Nazis or their political opponents as such. So they use it as a weapon. He might have said the right does it too, but I see it more on the left, where like all of a sudden you're cozying up with Hamas supporters and apologists for the last year and a half who seek for death to Israel and all the Yahud, and all of a sudden Elon Musk does a gesture that's eerie and weird and uncomfortable, and you're appalled by anti-Semitism. It's like, no.
Did Elon come out and say, just clarify, I did not do that? Ooh. I'm not apologizing, but that is not what it was.
He basically, his form of explaining it was in memes and saying, haha, this is hilarious. So I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do.
I do think something that he's doing is like there's a little bit of upside for a million people in this country kind of now having my back. So I'm not going to I'm not going to say I didn't do it.
Oh, I think that's not true either.
I think
I
so.
don't think he likes.
I think so.
I don't think you think he likes the fact that a million white supremacists like him.
I think like I said before, he's strategic and clever, and he's not going to throw away support for no reason.
Oh God, he doesn't need that support, especially because the Trump circle has really distanced itself from the Jew haters of Twitter. None of those people were around. Like there were a lot of people who have really become distant from Trump, the Groypers and the rest, and all the cesspool of anti-Semites across Twitter and social media who built followings post October 7th. They weren't around. They weren't here for this party. 2020 or 2016, they were invited to the party, and they're not anymore.
Is
you know what I'm
Steve
saying?
Bannon still in the inner circle?
He is, yeah. But
he went to prison, right?
He did, but he also is at odds with Elon Musk on HB1 visas and stuff like that. So they don't like each other. So there's fighting within the MAGA stuff, but the people who aren't in that umbrella are the actual Jew haters and white supremacists. They're out, and they're looking at Usha. They're looking at JD Vance and his wife, and they're going ew. And Trump's team is like, and the Trump world is saying, go away. Yeah. You're actually racist.
I actually heard a really interesting point by I think Marshall Kosloff or Cigar and Jetty, I forget which one, but they're basically saying to Vivek, who just announced he's running for governor of Ohio, where they're like, Vivek, you should go run for governor. Like you're a little bit more libertarian than we actually are, so kind of like get out of here. Like go do that. We'll support you, and like we don't really need you in the inner circle anymore.
Who is saying that?
I think Marshall Kosloff was saying it, meaning like as part of them pushing out the Groyper anti-Semitic people, they're also pushing out some of like these hardcore libertarians who are like anti stuff that they're like, that's not how we won the election. We didn't win the election by like being all the stuff you're anti. So like, thank you, and like we're fine now.
Yeah, there's like a cleaning of house a little bit of okay, who's going to stay for now that we got through it, and like I said before, what's turning the right turning in on itself and cleaning house a little bit, and you just didn't see that walking around the way people the left would love it to be the case that all of a sudden like it's just white supremacists all over DC now celebrating, and look, if a lot of dumb, moronic, empty-headed white supremacist, Jew-hating people, influencers in the woke right Twitter space want to celebrate what Elon Musk did, fine, let them be dumb. Guess who's not dumb? Elon Musk. He's not one of them. So if they want to celebrate that, like then they're just as wrong about it as the left-wingers claiming it is. Let them be dumb. Like I don't think the guilt by association really holds any water. And I don't think the guy's has the support of the highest. He's one of the most influential people on the planet and has the support of anyone else. And Donald Trump's right-hand person and zillions. I don't think a million white supremacists matter to him. I really don't.
What do you think Donald
doesn't care.
His contact in his phone is? Donald Trump?
In Elon's phone, it's a Starlink satellite phone that he only calls Donald on. I don't know. Don. I'm sure it could be something funny.
Like 80s cell phone.
I know that in people's phones, high-profile people have like code names for different things in case their phone gets found or something like that.
I'd love to know.
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
But it was quite a scene. It was quite a scene. It was cool.
It's a cool experience. Very cool experience.
Yeah.